Hello, MCU fans! Today we're going to take a look at everything we've learned now that Doomsday is finished filming, because the cast and crew are taking pictures of all the goodies they received, and they tell us lots of interesting information. So, there will be a few spoilers for the post-credit scenes of Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, but as long as you're okay with that, then let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we have a September contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, you could win a book or a steelbook. Best of luck! And we have a membership option with lots of cool perks, so you might check it out. Plus, hang around to the end of the video, and we'll talk about the Doomsday Countdown rewatch on the Discord. Alright, so we all remember the chair watch, right? When they made all the awesome announcements about who is going to be in Doomsday. In fact, they mentioned 27 names, and we were blown away. This is such an awesome cast. Now, you may ask, why did I pick this particular formation, and why is there a spot that's missing down in the lower right corner? Well, to talk about that, we first need to talk about the fact that filming has completed and crew members are posting away on Instagram all the goodies they received. And honestly, there is no way Marvel, with the snipers, right, would allow this unless they were okay with it. So this is kind of clever marketing by Marvel. So in this case, somebody named Darren gave us a picture of the hat and sweater that he got. And here we have Giovanna giving us a picture of this cool duffel bag she received. And again, notice, she says, I can finally post this. She would not say that if she was afraid of the snipers. And the reason I think they're posting all of this is because the filming has completed. I mean, Kevin Feige himself said all along that they don't start without a full script. So, there have been all these rumors about the script isn't complete, etc. Well, they have finished, at least the first pass. Because notice, he also said they like to do plussing at every turn. So we know they're going to come back to film more scenes. But anyway, for now, at least, they're done. Let's talk about this duffel bag, which again, I think Marvel wants us to be talking about. So if we zoom in on it, we can see 28 pictures. In fact, those 28 should now look pretty similar, right? Because look at the formation here. That's the same formation that I set up here, right? So let's run through everything we can learn from these pictures. We're going to start in the upper left-hand corner and take the columns one at a time. So first of all, Dr. Doom. What's so awesome to me about this picture is it shows that those images we saw from Shanghai, they are accurate. Because look, for example, at those medallions holding on his cape. They look the exact same, right? We can see the Thor hammer thing on the right and maybe Captain Marvel's star on the left. So that's awesome. I think this is indeed our Dr. Doom, and I love it. And then we see that Thor is rocking his look from Ragnarok, which, considering that's my favorite Thor movie, let alone one of my favorite Marvel movies, I'm really happy because this probably means a more serious tone. He'll be joking around sometimes, but definitely more serious in general. Then we have Sam. He's got basically the same look we saw in Brave New World. We've got Scott, which basically is the same outfit we saw in Quantumania. Then we have the Fantastic Four. Now, they've gotten a few upgrades. So I chose this image because this was near the very end of the movie where we can see all four of them. So notice Mr. Fantastic kind of has a jacket, I guess, as a new addition for him. Also, the Invisible Woman seems to have a new jacket. On the other hand, the Thing seems to have pretty much the same outfit, although notice he finally decided to shave. Nice. And then Johnny Storm also seems to have a new jacket. Maybe longer hair, kind of hard to tell on that. All right, so then we have Bucky. He's got the same outfit from the post-credit scene of the Thunderbolts, so no surprise there. I really like that outfit. Then we have Shuri. She seems to have pretty much the same outfit from Wakanda Forever, although notice the neckline is different, probably a little more comfortable actually with it kind of Ving down like that. And then we have Shang-Chi. He's pretty much in his same outfit from his movie, and by the time Doomsday comes out, it will be 5 years since we've seen him. My word. But anyway, it'll be great to see him again. And then Loki pretty much has the same appearance as season 2 of his show, although his horns are much, much smaller, probably more OSHA approved and a little easier for him to walk around in. Then we see that Yelena has kept her outfit from the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Very nice. And on the other hand, thank goodness Red Guardian does not have that gaudy outfit that he came up with in the post-credit scene and instead has his outfit from the main part of the movie. We see that M'Baku has changed to a more regal attire because remember, he's now the king of Wakanda. And then we see that Namor has decided no more shirtless stuff, right? He looks more like the comics, although even this still has way too much skin. Seems like he's got more of a shirt on and then kind of like this coat over it. So we'll have to see, but it looks really cool. Then Magneto, I don't know what he's wearing. I mean, most of his head is blocked, obviously, so it's hard to tell whether he's just wearing a shirt or whether that's some type of superhero outfit. Let me know your thoughts on that. I really can't tell what he's wearing. And then honestly, I can't tell what Professor X is wearing. It kind of seems like a little bit of this look that he had in the hover chair, but notice he's wearing a suit and tie in that look. And then it's kind of the look that he had in Days of Future Past, where it's more of a superhero outfit, but it just seems more like a jacket, to be honest. I really can't tell. It looks like it's going to be cool, but if you have any ideas for where this was inspired, let me know. All right, so Gambit, on the other hand, much easier to figure out, looks just like he looked in Deadpool and Wolverine. Mystique seems to have adopted the look from the comics. In other words, she's no longer naked like she was in the X-Men movies, and in fact even has more of a full outfit than we've even seen in the comics, to be honest, but looks really good. Beast went with the no jacket look, so I think we're going to see his face looking like it did in the Marvels, but then we're going to see more of this look from X-Men 97 and the animated series with no jacket on. Then we got Cyclops. Oh my goodness, he finally got rid of the black leather and he is in boss mode. I'm telling you what, when the dude says, "To me, my X-Men," I am going to go insane. Wow. This honestly was the most exciting reveal on that duffel bag. I love it. And then we have Nightcrawler. Again, seems kind of more like his comic accurate look, but not exactly like anything I've seen at least. So very original look. We have Walker, though. He's wearing the same outfit we saw in Thunderbolt's post-credit scene. We have Ghost also wearing the same outfit and pretty much the same hairstyle that we saw in the Thunderbolt's post-credit scene. Torres pretty much has his same look from Brave New World. Very cool. And then Sentry, interestingly enough, he has his superhero look from Thunderbolts. Because remember, at the end of the movie, he was afraid to let Sentry out because he wasn't sure he could control it. But they're basically telling us, oh no, you're getting the full Sentry in Doomsday. So man, is that good news or is that bad news for our heroes? Then Franklin. Okay, so the one new character, because remember, they announced 27, but the duffel bag had 28. Well, now we're getting confirmation of several things. Franklin is in the movie, duh. But also, he looks like he's going to be around the same age. There were some rumors that maybe they were going to age him up, but doesn't look like it to me. He looks just like he did in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene when he ran across Doctor Doom. So that probably means then that he's going to be the same age if that's him in this extra-dimensional ship, which really is a cool ship. Walker's right about that, but that's heading over to 616. So is Franklin in there? Well, if he is, he's going to be the same age that we saw in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene. And then what's really cool to consider is there's no way this is everyone. Remember, they announced 27 cast members, although now technically 28 because they showed us Franklin, but they haven't announced any of these characters, and I would be shocked if we don't get 4 or 5, maybe 6 from this list. I mean, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, so many possibilities from this list. And then, goodness gracious, we better get Storm and Jean Grey, darn it. And I would love to get Iceman, Rogue, Quicksilver. Can you imagine getting Evan Peters' Quicksilver back? And then Monica Rambeau is in the X-Men universe, so she's got to be in the movie, and they haven't announced her. And then there's all the characters from Deadpool and Wolverine. Surely we're going to get some of these again, the TVA, B-15, etc. So even though we've gotten those 28, I'm certain there's going to be more to come. Okay, so tell me what you think about Marvel's marketing strategy for Doomsday. I really love how they're letting it be organic. They're letting things come out that kind of seem like it's a leak, but we know it's not. This is all planned strategy that they want us to learn little bits and pieces about the movie along the way. So I love it. But let me know your thoughts. I love to read and respond to everything. And don't forget about the September contest. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook. And there's the membership option in case you're interested in that. And I always love to mention the Discord. Here we are talking about that duffel bag and all the amazing information we were able to pull from it. Plus, I promised I would talk about the Doomsday Countdown rewatch on the Discord. Every day listed here at 7 p.m. Eastern, we watch a different movie or show as we head towards the December 18, 2026 release of Doomsday. So we have 2,400 members across the globe, conversations 24/7, and I'll leave a pinned comment so you can join. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, the ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.